everyone, welcome to another Crafty Maven Getaway Sketch It Thursday. I'm Desiree, known as Desiree Scrapbooknook here on YouTube. And today I am bringing you a layout of my daughter's Halloween costume from last year. So I got started with a silhouette cutout, die cut, and I can link that below. And I grabbed some papers from my stash. Nothing is new. These papers are from 2013 and 2014. I used I think it's called Authentic Company's collection Spirited. And those two papers were called Caution and what was the other one? Oh, Scary Skulls. Anyways, so I backed up that paper and you saw me tracing it. I didn't show you the whole thing because I didn't want to bore you, but I did show you a couple of them that I traced. And I backed up those papers, and I definitely wanted to offset it. I did as far as going across the web. I didn't want anything to kind of match. I kind of wanted to have like a diagonal effect. Then I grabbed some of that paper that was on the other side from the frame paper that I have right here. And I felt like the layout was a little too heavy, so I ended up scratching that and decided to go ahead and mount the white cardstock paper, I can't even talk right now, to the frame, which is that diagonal stripes that is also by Authentic. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyways, so there's the two pictures that I'm going to use of my daughter, and you saw in the sketch, which, by the way, I forgot to tell you where that sketch is from. It is by 4x6 photo sketch blog. I found it on Pinterest. And so I'm going to use, I liked how it was very basic, where I can just kind of add my own implements to the layout. So here I am kind of fussing with quite a few things, such as a frame, and I know I definitely wanted to use those letters. Now, those papers and those letters came from a, oh gosh, Scraptastic kit called Thriller. Really old, and never even used it. So here you see I'm kind of getting an idea of what I want to do. And I knew I wanted to use those Doodlebug doilies that are in Beetle Black. And the Jilliboon purple glitter letters that came with the kit. And I wanted to use those frames to go behind the photo. And you're going to see me here fussing. I try to leave everything in and try to take out just the parts of my adhesive, adhering paper and all the cutting, I guess you can say. So that way you can at least see me fussing with things and trying to get my thoughts. At least I could explain to you my thoughts. So I am working with that frame for quite a while here. And I don't know, I'm trying not to make it look so odd looking. I didn't want you to be able to see that I cut it in half. So I am just playing around with those doilies over and over again, and then I realized that's how I want those two frames. So I did add some sticky foam to my daughter's page, or not page, her picture, and then I'm actually going to cut that part out, and you're going to see another part right here where I'm taking it off, but again, I try to cut that part out for you guys. And let's see, where am I at? So here I am just adhering it down, and it's so funny. I cut out so much of me. There was one point where I think it was like 3 minutes of me trying to mess with that 3D foam tape. I just got it from Amazon. It comes in a really big roll, and my scissors are really dull. Those ones right there that you see. And I was having a heck of a time trying to cut the sticky foam. But I ended up taking it off because I didn't like it. And so here I'm going to, I know I want to stick with that frame, and I've got obviously my tweezers, which means I'm ready for business. I am serious of what I'm going to do, and I'm going to commit. So here I am just going, enough is enough, and let's just get to designing this layout. So I have the frame on the right photo on the bottom, and the other one's going to go right there as you see on the top left one. And what am I doing here? I'm trying to think of, okay, tweezers again, meaning business. So here I go, putting it behind my photo, and I guess I really could have cut some of this part out because my goodness, Desiree, just commit. And now I'm going to move on to some embellishments, and then I'm gonna fussy again with that one on the left, that doily. Now, one thing I'm gonna tell you that was kind of bothering me at first. You see that white space, or trap space, they call it trap space. That part was bothering me, and I knew I didn't like the fact, and you probably can't really tell on camera, that you could tell where I cut the frame right there. And so here I am trying to figure out like things to add to it, and I grabbed a label that was just sitting on my desk. It was like a printable from, oh, what's that company called? Studio Calico. And so I have that there, and then I'm kind of, as I'm thinking about it, I'm kind of moving on to something else, and that is something that I definitely knew what I wanted, which was the title. And so I'm working on gluing those letters down. The only bad thing about those letters is they definitely don't have adhesive. So I had to use my Scotch Quick Dry. And then I added some thickers by American Craft, and those were called Midnight. Now, I know that my title's not straight, and I usually like to have things kind of nestled in. However, it just didn't work out this time, and while I was kind of a little bummed, at the same time, I'm like, I can't worry about it. I've already used Scotch Quick Dry, and you guys know when you use that stuff, you can't go back. So I just left it as it is, and I'm just going to have to deal with it. Now I'm trying a whole bunch of different embellishments, and those are from a cut-apart sheet from Teresa Collins, her Masquerade Party, which was a Halloween collection from 2013. So here I am just kind of fussing with those, and no, I knew right there by the title that there was empty space and I needed to put something in that, and that's where I found that little skull crossbones. And there I go with my journaling tag. That journaling tag is from October Afternoon Witch Hazel. So that tab that you see up on the right, it says candy, and oh my gosh, off camera, I had it candy, and then the next day I was like, why do I even have candy on there? There's not like there's candy. Not that it really matters, because I mean, it's Halloween. We all know that they're going to get candy. So, but for some reason, I just felt like I needed something else besides that color. So you're going to see it switched out here. I mean, I tried like Masquerade, then I ended up sticking with Costume, and you'll see that at the very end. Then with the journal tag, I noticed that there was just something missing. It was a little too boring, and so I grabbed a flare, and that also came from the Scraptastic kit. I want to say it was from 2014 or 15, their thriller collection, and it does not make it on the layout. I don't know why. I think just, I don't know, sometimes I think it's just because I stared at a layout for so long that I start second guessing myself on things that might look good and end up actually do look good. But yeah, it doesn't make it, so oh well. And then here I am fussing with that 3D foam. Oh my gosh, I need new scissors. Trying to make just a thin piece to go behind the tab, so that way it gives some type of dimension onto the layout. Then I'm going to go back and try one more time, trying different things, and aha, this is my aha moment. I find this die cut from the Teresa Collins cut apart sheet. Sorry, my kids are still awake. They're throwing paper airplanes in the house. Anyways, I end up using that die cut from that cut apart sheet. Actually, it wasn't cut apart because they're already kind of, all you gotta do is like pop, they're what is it, perforated. So I end up using that, and it says do not enter, and it's a pinking circle. and I really like how that, I ended up liking that all together. Now, also why I put that journal die cut right there next to my daughter, I want to say there's something in the picture, and I don't know what it is because it's kind of covered now, but I don't know if it was a tombstone or something, but it was on the ground and it was right next to her. It was very bright. And so I wanted to cover that up because it definitely took away from the photo. Next, I am grabbing these Doodlebug sequins. It came in a pack of like all the colors of the rainbow. I want to say like eight little mini jars. And I just grabbed the purple ones, and it has like purples, but yet lavender, and then a little bit of pink as well. And her skirt was made out of sequins, and it had the purple and pink silk behind the black sequins, and it ended up working out perfect. And then what better way to use up some purple, because I hardly ever use purple, and I actually really like it. So here I am just kind of sprinkling them around as if they were enamel dots, not as if they fell on the page. And I'm just going to mess with those for a little bit, and I'm just going to grab a quick drink. Okay. So I'm still messing with those, trying to make them look perfect as, and then I figured, I think this is the point where I said, okay, I think I'm done. Oh, I didn't even adhere that journaling down yet. Okay. So now what am I going to do? Let's see here. Oh, I'm putting some at the bottom, so that's right. So it kind of balances all across the layout. And one thing I didn't do on this layout that I normally do, and that is I didn't use Heidi Swap Color Shine to add drops. I almost did with the, I don't know what color she calls her black ink, but I almost used that, but then I got a little nervous that I was going to mess it up, so I just left it. So I should be almost done, because that, from looking at my layout right now, that's it. And then off camera, I am going to print my strips of my journaling, and I'm going to cut them down in strips and then adhere those. And let me go ahead and just read it to you. It just says, "You had a lot of fun trick-or-treating with the neighbor kids and your brother. You got a ton of candy." Because this isn't going to be her only layout, I do have a picture of her and her brother at the school, or not at the school, but before they went to school. I took a couple of pictures of them two together, and I wanted to have one more layout of that as well. So there it is. I'm hopefully going to add that journaling card. There we go. And I'm going to add some 3D foam. And once I adhere that down, that pretty much completes my layout. I didn't know what to expect. I had no plans for this. I just went with a basic sketch, and I end up loving this layout. It's probably one of my favorite layouts right now. It ended up working out better than I had hoped for. Anyways, guys, thank you for joining me. You all have a wonderful day. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the Crafty Maven, go ahead and do so. Bye.